Hi, Mark with the Perfect Paver Company, and today I want to talk about paver edging. So paver edging is very important to the structural integrity of just about any type of paver installation. Here you can see the black paver edging has started to fail. It's popped up, shifted out, and as a result, the pavers have started to deteriorate, shift, and fall off. So we see edging failure like this a lot on installations, and it's not because this type of edging is a bad edging. It's really actually a good edging and a good design. The problem is the actual installation of the edging, and more importantly, the edging of the base, the installation of the base underneath the pavers. So when the installer is installing this walkway, he put gravel base over here and he put gravel base over here. And so when he installed the pavers, he ran the pavers right to the edge of his gravel base. And then he installed the edging, and the spikes are actually going down into dirt instead of the gravel base. So ideally the paver installer would have extended the gravel base 6 to 8 inches beyond the perimeter of the pavers. And that way when he put spikes into the edging, it actually went into gravel base. The reason why that's important, especially in a freeze-thaw climate, is because the dirt is more porous than the gravel base underneath the pavers. When it gets wet and it freezes in the wintertime, the black edging expands more than the pavers expand because the edging is sitting on dirt and the spikes are in dirt. So the solution to that we've come up with is a product that's a cement based, that has fibers mixed into it for integrity. And we remove the black edging from the edge of the pavers. We fix any repairs that are needed. And then we install this product that will help contain the edge of the pavers, and it also acts as like a rubber band. So with all of the fibers mixed into the cement product, it's like one continuous piece of edging, and it's not relying on being held down with spikes. It interlocks with the pavers as it's put in, and it also acts as like one big rubber band. So in order for this part to push out, it would have to push this part out because it's connected with the fiber-based product. Now, as you can see how easy this edging is coming up, that tells you that you can see that those spikes are put right into dirt. Now, once we get it all pulled up, what we're going to do is we're going to pull the pavers back into here. Not every job requires us to fix the pavers behind the edging. Sometimes the pavers are just fine and we just need to replace the edging. In this case, it's been let go, so it's deteriorated, and we've lost a lot of the integrity of the paver system. So once we get all of this edging pulled up, as we've done here, we're going to pull up some of the pavers, install those back, and then you'll get to see how we put in our new edge system. So as we're starting to pull up the pavers here, you can kind of see there's some vegetation growing in the joints. And what I want to point out to you is the material that's between the pavers is a very organic based material. So a lot of dirt, mulch, decomposed leaves and stuff like that has made its way into the joints, and that becomes a breeding ground and the food for these weeds to not only germinate but thrive. So keeping the joints cleaned out, keeping a polymeric sand in the joint, and then keeping all of that cleaned off so that it doesn't build back up with the organic material is crucial for keeping weeds, vegetation, and stuff like that out of your paver joints. Okay, so we've got all the pavers put back together. We did a pretty extensive repair here. As you can see, we kind of closed this gap back in that all the pavers had. They were shifting and falling off the edge. And now we're putting in our cement-based edge restraint that I was telling you about. And as you'll see close up here in the product, it has all of these fiberglass, little pieces of fiberglass in it. And so all that weaves together in the product, and that gets that nice cement bond that even though the product will probably crack, it's not going to separate because of those fibers. The other thing is there's a polymer product added into the cement, and that adds like a plastic cushion in between the particles. So as it freezes, the plastic will kind of absorb the expansion, and it will not have that separation like you typically will have with traditional concrete in a freeze-thaw climate. So over here you can see as we're putting the cement-based edge restraint in, we're not using the PVC or the plastic edge restraint. We're putting it in, tucking it up nice up against the pavers. If you can see over here, what Dave's doing, he's packing it in tight up against the pavers. You can see it kind of going in the joints, and that's really going to help lock everything together. Again, it's not relying on the spikes being down in base anymore. Now it's acting more like a rubber band. It's all of it's one continuous piece. In order for this part to fail, the whole thing has to fail. And then over here, Blake's covering up what's been done here. You see him putting the dirt right back over top of it, and you're not seeing the edge at all. That's one of the beauties about this edge restraint, is it's not visible. You recall when we first started, there was a lot of that black edging that was popping up along the perimeter. As we're finished up here, you're not going to see the edge restraint at all. So it's really a great solution. It helps maintain the structural integrity. It adds beauty because you're no longer seeing that black edging popping up anymore, and it's a phenomenal product. So ask us about our edge restraint, our cement-based edge restraint, whenever you're contacting us to restore your pavers, and we'd be happy to help you out with that. Thanks for tuning in. It's Mark with Perfect Paver Company.